Hey guys, today I'm going to be revisiting my yearly favorites from 2022. You guys may know I love doing thoughts on hauls to review products from a year ago, and I actually used to do these Throwback Thursday videos every month as well. I haven't for several years because it felt a little bit too repetitive, but I decided to continue doing that annual throwback video, and I'm doing it for 2 years ago so that it doesn't really feel repetitive or overlapping with my thoughts on hauls. And boy, did I have so many favorites, and some of these things I still really love, other things have been dethroned. And what's really exciting is that several of these products, well, I shouldn't say several, a handful of these products were empties from this year. In my original video, I forgot to mention perfume, but I put it in the description box. I wanted to talk about 4 favorites, which was a huge deal for me. I know people are really into perfume right now, and I wish that I was, but I'm so picky about what I like. And I like lots of different things, so it's very confusing. So for me to find perfumes I enjoy is a really big deal. So the first would be Clean Reserve Aqua Neroli, and I've said this a million times, but not in a while, probably not in the past 2 years, but this smells so much like Mary-Kate and Ashley NYC or LA. I can't remember which one it was, but it smelled so much like this, except a little bit more like grown up, and I loved that for the nostalgia factor. I think it smelled really nice. The notes were mandarin, neroli, and amber. I love it, but I just don't think it lasts on me very well. The lasting power on me is giving body spray, not perfume, although I feel like with a lot of fragrances my body sort of like does not hold on to the scent very well. But it is something that I would buy again, discounted, great for spraying. Same with Juliet Has a Gun Pear Ink. I went through so many samples and loved it. It is green, pear accord, ambroxan, and musks. I usually don't like musk, but it was the right one, or it balanced out fine. I really enjoy this one as well, but I feel like it does not have a good lasting power on me. Would buy really discounted. Next is Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid, and I do not like original Flower Bomb, so I didn't have the highest of hopes, but I'm so glad I got a sample because I ended up falling in love. And the notes would be Vine Peach, Ruby Orchid, and Bourbon Vanilla. Now, I am one of the few girlies in America that does not really like vanilla fragrances, but again, these notes all balance each other so well. And I was lucky enough last year to find either a 1 ounce or 1.7 ounce size, I think it's 1 ounce size, at TJ Maxx for like 40% off, which is incredible. I love that one so much. Great for fall, winter, but not as deep as some of my other ones. I don't feel like it has to be a nighttime perfume. And then the last one was Givenchy Irresistible. I had used up several samples of this, and then there's another version of it, and I don't know which one that I liked better. I feel like I enjoyed them interchangeably, but I did end up buying a travel size of the original, and I don't like it anymore. I'm about halfway done. I need to try to make myself use it right now because I would like it mostly in winter, but I just don't enjoy it, unfortunately. The notes are Sparkling Pear, Luscious Rose, and Blonde Wood. So I would say that one is not a favorite. Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid is a love, and the other ones I would still call a favorite. I just wish they lasted longer. Starting with complexion products, this is here to remind me. The Supergoop Glow Screen I really loved. I do think that is a really nice glowy SPF that does not make me greasy. It doesn't look glittery, just gives a gorgeous glow, wears really nicely under makeup. I did try the e.l.f. alternative, not near as good. It's way thicker and feels heavier on the skin, makes me a little bit greasier, so I really do still love the Glow Screen. It is something I would still consider a favorite, and it is my favorite formula from Supergoop. My other favorite SPFs would be the Everyday Humans Resting Beach Face, which is really affordable. You can get it from Target and Amazon, and the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun. I've only tried the original. I really want to try the Aqua. I've heard that these formulas are being changed because of I don't know, something with the US. So Glow Screen, definitely still a favorite. Then moving on to the foundation favorites, first being the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I had the color 0.5 to 2, very light. This is something that I used up this year, as you can see, and this is not a favorite anymore. I think that this is a product that would be best for people that have dry, normal skin. It's a little bit of a thicker consistency and more hydrating, and that's not what I want, but it did look really pretty on the skin. It wore like decently well, but just not made for my skin type. I also don't love the packaging because the little dropper did not suck up product at all. At first when I had this, I was just wiping it on my face from the stick, which is not sanitary, but you know, I'm just using it on myself, so who cares. But then I did buy a foundation pump off of Amazon. I will have the link for it. It works for this, for the Estee Lauder foundations, MAC foundations. I do, however, really appreciate this product because I feel like this was the catalyst for me to open my eyes to actually testing out and being open to enjoying lighter coverage products. I have been such a full coverage girl before this and the skin tint era. I never caught on to the tinted moisturizers, to the BB creams, but the skin tints got me, and I feel like there's a difference. And I would say not a favorite, but I am happy that it helped me open up my mind to lighter coverage foundations. And then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin in 1 Neutral. I'm actually wearing this today because I haven't worn it in such a long time. I wanted to refamiliarize myself with it. This is really nice. This does give, I would say, like medium coverage, has more of a satin finish. It wears really nicely. I don't think I can call it a favorite because I haven't used it in quite some time, but this is something that, looking at like what's oldest on my spreadsheet, this is something that will probably be panning next year, and I'm really looking forward to that. So good, but I, in good conscience, can't call it a favorite. The next foundation I really love was the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I want to say my shade was some sort of alabaster, and it was a shade addition, luckily, because the original pale shades did not work for me. They were way too orangey or peachy, which has been a problem with a lot of lines, especially drugstore, but I'm happy to see that times have been changing a little bit. Brands have been doing a little bit better with their undertones for fair people, at least. I loved this foundation. A really great medium buildable coverage. It had a satin finish, wore really well. This is definitely something that I would buy again, but I have a lot of other products to work through, but one of the best drugstore foundations for sure. Then for concealer, I had the KVD Good Apple Full Coverage Concealer in Light 105. And I used this one up this year as well. It has a really interesting little spongy applicator, and this does give full coverage, but it is a really thin, lightweight consistency, and it does dry down to be satin matte. So if you have dry under eyes, I don't think you're gonna like this. If you have oily under eyes, I think this is really nice. And I actually did repurchase this from Flip because during Black Friday I was able to get it for $3. So excited to have another one. I would definitely still call this a favorite, but Tarte Shape Tape is still my #1, so keep that in mind. I'm a 2016 makeup girly to the day I die. I just am, as you can tell by my eyebrows. Next I had 4 different cream bronzers, the first being M Cosmetics So Soft in Summer. I love this formula. It is very creamy, but it does set down to have more of a powdery finish, but I think it's creamy enough that it's still very easy to blend out over top of foundation. I don't go directly from the stick. I use a brush and apply it, and it blends perfectly. This is a really warm tone color. It's a little dark for me, so this is something that I really can only use in summer because of my skin tone, but I think the formula is fantastic. They have 4 shades, a lighter warm and cool tone and a deeper warm and cool tone. You can buy this from the Flip app. Still a favorite though, and I believe I mentioned it in my 2023 favorites would be the Contour shade in Terra. Then I had the Merit Bronze Balm in Clay, something else that I finished this year, which was amazing. It took the longest time. This is a very sheer bronzer with a very glowy finish. There's no shimmer in here at all. And I've heard people say this doesn't last on them. I always set my skin with powder, so I don't have any issue, but I really appreciate that this is sheer because I am so fair. Bronzer can look crazy on me, especially on my forehead, but I feel like I want to wear it. And I'm still trying to find, you know, the perfect formulas and brushes and the amount of product to show up but not look crazy on me. But I think this worked so well. I also really enjoy this shade. It is a warm tone color. Clay is the second lightest shade in the range. Because these are sheer, I would say go a shade up than you would think, but it is something that I would repurchase in the future once I get through a few more things. I find it similar-ish to, at least to the way I feel about the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. I also think this is a little bit more sheer buildable, which is why I got the light medium shade. This also has a dewy finish, so I think that this gives a little bit more pigment than the Merit, and obviously they're in different formats, but I think that they are kind of similar. But I love this product, something that I will repurchase when I use it up as well. Hitting pan is not that hard. It doesn't come with that much product, but I really do enjoy that formula, and that color would still consider it a favorite. So I guess the only one that I would not consider a favorite would be the Patrick Ta Bronze and Contour Duo in She's Sculpted. Nothing is wrong with this. I just don't reach for it as much. Part of me feels thrown off by the fact that we've got a cool tone contour and warm tone bronzer together, but then at the same time, like, that is what would make sense. I would use this under my foundation and then this on top. I think I need to just make myself pull it out and use it more. I think that these are really nicely pigmented formulas without being crazy. Like the blushes, I have to be very careful. I don't have to be as careful with this, so it's still good, but in good conscience can't say it's a favorite. I have one liquid and cream blush, and from Laura Geller, I have the Serum Blush Cheek Tint in Poppy Peach. At first they just had a peach and a pink, and then last year they added 5 new shades, which is really exciting because there is translucency, but it is not in a patchy way, which I think makes the formula like very nuanced and special. And I think this is a beautiful color. I like applying this, kind of dot it on my cheek, and then blending it out with a beauty blender, and I think it looks stunning. I don't know that I would consider it a favorite because I think I have other things I might reach for a little bit more, but I have an insanely large blush collection. But I would recommend this. These are on the Flip app as well. And the other product was the Cosmetics So Soft Blush in Lychee. Same exact formula as the bronzer, which I really enjoy. Creamy, but it sets down. This is a beautiful peachy shade. I would say that this is still a favorite. I love my peachy colors. Moving on to powder bronzer. I thought I had 4, but I guess I just had 3. First is the Huda Beauty Glowish in Light. I think they got rid of this whole line, and this is definitely not a favorite. I feel like this is really hard pressed. It's challenging for me to get it to pick up. If you have this and you like it, please let me know the exact brush that you use with it. At first I enjoyed that it was a lighter pigmented product because perfect for up on my forehead. So I'm not ready to let go of it. I've tried to declutter it and I just am not there. I want to love it like I used to, but it's definitely not a favorite anymore. One that I do absolutely love is Cosmetics Corselet Sculpting Powder Bronzer in Slip. Comes in 4 shades. This is the lightest shade. This is a great neutral tone. I'm wearing it today. Very pigmented and blendable matte formula. I also appreciate that this comes in skinny packaging, unlike Cosmetics' other products that are domed and baked. This is so good. A great shade. I love this formula. This is definitely still a favorite. You can buy this on Flip as well. And then unfortunately, this homie is not around anymore. I actually have several Jaclyn Cosmetics products here. This is, oh, it smells so good. This is the Vitamin D bronzer. I think this is a great formula. I really enjoy this shade for summer and fall because it's a little bit warmer, but not too dark. I love it, and it smells like coffee. So this is definitely still a favorite as well. Sad that is not around anymore. Then I had 2 highlighter favorites from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is Ice. This is a beautiful icy peach shade that works really well on my skin tone. I love that this has an intense glow but no glitter. I'm still a 2016 highlight girly, and that one looks so good because it's reflective, but the shade is not too light on me. And then we have Ofra The Hills, which is a lighter version of Rodeo Drive. So now I have a gold highlight that actually works for me. Stunning, my favorite highlight formula ever. They have the best shade range. And again, it gives you that metallic look, but it can be diffused and there is no glitter. Highly recommend, definitely still a favorite. Lastly, I have 2 face palettes. First from Sigma, this was the holiday palette of the year, which was the Glisten and Glow Cheek Duo. It has Frosty Glow Highlight and Sweater Weather. And this was like a deeper version of another holiday cheek duo that was released 2021, I think. And I do feel like this did still work for me. Now this is something better in summer, fall as well, but I love the formula. Very pigmented, smooth, easy to work with. I do not like the individual highlights because I think they're too hard pressed, but the ones in the palettes and in the duos are very creamy, so I would still say that is a favorite. Same with this, even though this I need to pull out and give a little bit more love to. I think the formula and the colors are so good. This is a Jaclyn Cosmetics Winter Sun face palette, so you've got 2 highlights and a blush. So incredible, my favorite product from this collection. Then for individual blushes from Sigma, I love all of their blushes. They need to come out with more. In the individuals, they have 6. The other 4 are in the Corday Rosa palette or a Berry Glow holiday duo that I already have. But these are the ones that I did not have already. Tiger Lily is this gorgeous shimmer finish blush, and then Sunset Kiss is a great matte. I love these. The pigment, the blend, these are absolutely still favorites. I tend to reach for these in the summertime, and looking at them has got me so excited. Next, we have some Benefit blush favorites. I was so happy with this relaunch because they included so many shades to be more inclusive and just a little bit more nuanced, and I love these so much. So we have Pom Pom, which is a matte, and Terra, which has a little bit of shimmer. I love these for the fall time. They're great warm shades on me, and these would look really beautiful on people with medium skin tones as well. Definitely still a favorite. You can tell I love an intense blush. I don't usually go with what's recommended for fair skin because it's just too pale for me, for my preference, not for my skin tone. But this is NARS Orgasm X, which is way better than the original shade. This is the medium tone shade, and I freaking love it. I think this is a gorgeous watermelon color with that gold shimmer. I don't think it's chunky at all. I love this in summer. I'm so glad I got this little freebie sample because I probably would not have picked it up initially because I don't really care for the original shade. Then I've got 2 colors of the Bare Minerals bronzers. So this is a great glowy blush formula. I don't think it is glittery at all. I think it looks really beautiful on the skin. This is Kiss of Copper and this is Kiss of Rose. Again, shades that are meant for people that have more melanin than I do. But I love these. I think that they look beautiful for the fall time. A really nice formula. It's a little bit powdery, but I don't mind that. I would love to see more shades. Definitely still a favorite. Next, I have some Persona Super Blushes. I think this is a great formula. Would love to see more shades as well. So we have Caramel and Bubble. For Caramel, I'm gonna say this is not a favorite. I think it's a great pigmented matte blush. I think this is a really pretty mauve color, but there's nothing special about it. It's something that I do reach for in the winter, but if something happened to it, I would not go run out and buy it. But if you like those type of shades, I'd say go for it. And then this is Bubble, which is the Dior Rosy Glow alternative. Now I know so many brands came out with them. This one is the best because I think this is a little bit more sheer than their other blushes, but it's very buildable. I don't really like pink blushes, but I really enjoy this one so much in the springtime. So if you're wanting this type of color, don't waste your money on Dior, get this instead. And then lastly, we have Pat McGrath Nude Venus. I don't know if I can call this favorite. So if you would buy it from Flip, I would say definitely worth your money. I think this is a stunning shade. It's totally my type of color, so I'm sure I have something similar, but I really love using this thing. It looks very, very beautiful. But it's just so expensive for maybe not being the most unique, so I want to say it's still good. But again, with good conscience, whatever that's supposed to mean in this context, I can't still say it's a favorite. Now for eyes, I had a couple different single shadows. So this is actually a sample eyeshadow in Thrill from the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I got this before I got the palette. This is a gorgeous duochrome shade, probably my favorite shade from the palette, so I'm really happy to have it in a single. And I would still say this is a favorite. I think this is just very pretty and definitely something I would get a lot of use out and is unique for me. Then some more singles, M Cosmetics Cosmic Pearl Dewy Eyeshadow, and I have Wish and Star Child. I think that these are very pretty. They are an interesting creamy eyeshadow. I don't feel like they crease, but they transfer a little bit. I think that these look very pretty. I don't think I can call them a favorite though. Even when I used them recently, I liked them, but didn't feel the same excitement about using them. I think you can get these from Flip. Also, if you're interested, not a favorite. Then from Jaclyn Cosmetics, this is one of the shimmer top coats in North Star, and I have all of them, and these are just really dry. I mean, yes, they're that way now, but they were then, and it's weird because they're not actually a cream eyeshadow. They never were. It was always a powder shadow, but it just seems like it has hard pan on it, which maybe it does, but I think that I was making myself like them more than I should have even 2 years ago. So definitely not a favorite anymore. Then we have the Hourglass Scattered Lights eyeshadows, and I have several of them, but the ones that I mentioned would be Rapture and the Copper Color Blaze. I still think these are beautiful and they perform very well, but they are just really expensive. I feel like a single has to be really special for me to pick it over a palette, and no, not a favorite anymore. Still like them. Can't say they're favorite tier. And then I would say the same about these MAC holiday eyeshadows because I just have not used them, although I'm so happy that I found them because I wanted them so badly. So these are the Shade Shifter Duochrome eyeshadows. The green is Ho Ho Hocus. The purple shade is Calling Your Bluff. The blue is Perplexing. And then the one that I would use the most out of all of these is the neutral-ish one, Right Before Your Eyes. There's one other color I don't have that is similar to the purple one, except a little bit more reddish. A really special formula. They should definitely do more shades, but I would not say it's a favorite. I just have not reached for them. Then moving on to small palettes. This is the Aether Beauty Citrine Crystal Quad. Y'all know this is definitely still a favorite. I use this all the time for this matte midsummer shade. I know I have something like this, but for some reason, instead of going through my singles collection to pull another shade, I just use this. So the shimmers in here I think are really nice as well, but I just love this matte so much. Very simple, but I love that. Definitely still a favorite. Then we have some mini Natasha Denona palettes, and this one is my most favorite out of all of them. This is Mini Biba. I am sad there's only one shimmer because this is a stunning metallic. So usually I will do lid, transition, crease, outer corner, lower lash line, or the other way around. This is one of those creamy matte shades. I hate that formula. I know my friend Jean has found ways to make it work and she is not bothered by it, but I can't stand it. If this was a regular matte, I would have liked it way more, although I feel like let's just swap that out for another shimmer. But I love this so much in the springtime. It's a really easy everyday look. You guys know I love a peach eyeshadow. Then we have Mini Nude. I really love that we've got 3 shimmers and 2 mattes in here. I think these are beautiful, perform really well, but I'm gonna say not a favorite. I like this more than some of my other minis that I have, but as a favorite in my collection as a whole, I just don't reach for it enough to say that. I would still consider Mini Bronze a favorite. Again, I'm really disappointed that there's only one shimmer, but all the rest of these are just the regular matte formula that I really love. And while I get one look out of this, it is a really classic one, so still a favorite there. Then I have some of these amazing shimmer palettes from Flower Beauty. So this more neutral one is Desert Lights. I use them all except for this shade. Absolutely still a favorite. These are my type of colors here. I love them so much. And this is an insane metallic foiled formula. Then we have Jungle Lights. I'm gonna say this one is not a favorite because I feel like I love these 3 shades right here. I like this color. Use them basically all but this one. But if I'm trying to be really, really picky, I still love this, but not to the level that I love Desert Lights. Then for larger palettes, this is Sigma Corday Rosa. I would still call this one a favorite. There are so many shades in here that I really enjoy. I think that Sigma has a really nice formula. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing. It's not as great as some indies because the shimmers are not as creamy as some others, but you know, this is more of like a subtle satin, and then this is a metallic, and I actually love both of those shades. I mean, I love this color, this color, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So most of the palette, so I would still say that's a favorite. Then we've got Huda Beauty Rose Quartz. I think this is stunning. This is still a really good palette. I have not reached for it yet this winter, but I think it's really hard for me to be assessing with these eyeshadows because I have so many eyeshadow palettes, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, unfortunately. But I do think this is a really beautiful array of colors, and I would still really recommend that palette. Then for some eyeliners, the Nabla Cupid's Arrow liners are some of my holy grail. I love these, and they just released some newer shades, but they've been out of stock since like the minute that they launched at Ulta. But these are some warmer shades, and I'm so thankful that my friend Amanda decluttered these to me. She got them from a Trend Mood box, you know, 2 years ago. This is Arrow number 5, kind of more of like a yellowy tan. And then we have this really pretty red brown, which is number 7. These are a thicker pencil, so I just used them on the lower lash line. There isn't a sharpener at the end, but I don't feel like it gets very precise. So they're very creamy, but they will set down and stay in place. Love them so much. And I really love the, oh shucks, I grabbed the Lancome Hypnos Drama, but I meant to grab the Idole Lash. That is amazing. Those two Lancome mascaras are like top tier, incredible. But this one has a really unique brush. It is a plastic brush, and it gives some really nice length and volume because of that wet formula. I do think it gives some nice thickness at the base of the lashes. I love it. The other mascara I really fell in love with was the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes. This looks like a basic mascara, but it works so well. It has a natural brush, more of a wet formula, which is my preference, and I feel like it gave some really nice volume and thickness, a little bit of length. I really love the way that this looks on my lashes. I would love to buy this, but I want it to be 40% off or 50% off. I'm actually filming this on like lash day, and mascaras are only 30% off for the most part, which is lame. That's just like not enough for me for a high-end mascara. I need it to be a little bit more discounted, but I do think this one is really amazing. I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna do rapid fire with lips. The Milani Color Fetish Matte Lipstick in Pleasure. I think this is an incredible formula. It's a really comfortable matte formula that's also not thick on the lips. If you guys remember the Maybelline matte lipsticks from a long time ago, those felt too heavy for me. This is a great formula. I want to see more shades from them. This is not quite my perfect nude, so I would say color-wise, this is not still a favorite formula. It is. Then I had the ColourPop Glowing Lip. I don't know if they make these anymore. The one that I had mentioned was Indulge Me, which is like a warm nude, and that was a mix between like a cream lipstick and a tinted balm. I would say the difference between that and the So Juicy Gloss Clicky Pens is that those are a lot glossier. They have more of that gloss effect versus a balm effect, and I feel like the glowing lips started smelling kind of funny, and I couldn't tell if they just didn't have a great scent to begin with or if they actually were expiring very quickly. And that is not a favorite anymore. I got rid of mine. I felt like they were just okay compared to other things that I have, and I love the new clicky glossy pens way more. Then from Natasha Denona, I had gotten from the I Need a Rose collection, which is I think being discontinued right now. It's on super sale on Sephora, and a lot of things have sold out. I did buy a few more things. This is the lip crayon and lip gloss in Daphne. This is a gorgeous neutral pinky rose shade. This is a really creamy formula lip liner that does set in place. The lip gloss, I love that type of applicator because it's easy to shellac on product. This is very smooth and creamy, more of a medium opacity, not sticky, not thick, but also not thin and slippery. Really nice formula, and I know they're pricey, so those are something that I want to work on panning next year. And then just some more gloss favorites from Tower 28. This is my favorite gloss formula because it's really smooth, not sticky at all, but that means it doesn't have the longest wear time. I don't mind. You can buy these on Flip. So this beautiful dusty light pink is pistachio, and then we have chestnut, which was limited edition. I would love for this to be added to the permanent line. Cashew is similar, but this is a little bit warmer and deeper, but Love those so much. I actually used mine up this year and those are my backups. Then some Buxom glosses, which they have the best collection, the best shades. I love these formulas so much. This is Cami Caramel, which is a polish, and Peppermint Hot Cocoa, which is a cream. Most polishes are sheer, but this has a good bit of shimmer. Just some beautiful warm shades. Still a favorite. Then a brighter color, Strawberry White Sangria. This is stunning. Definitely still a favorite as well. These are one of the only sticky glosses I actually enjoy. Then we have the Buxom Plump Shot, and this is in the color Flush. This is basically just lightly shimmery, and I really like pairing this over different lip liners. But this is the Buxom formula that actually has a burning sensation where the rest are cooling, but the serum consistency is so unique and really helps to soothe the lips after the burn. Like, this is giving you the Sour Patch Kid effect. Like, they're sour, then they're sweet. Like, they're burning you and then they're soothing. Really, really recommend trying one out if you don't mind a burning. I feel like it's less intense than the Too Faced lip injection, so it's more like on par with the Grande Cosmetics. And then we have the Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Matte in Chill Night. They just came out with a new liquid lipstick, and I want to compare it to this to see how the formulas differ. This is a really unique liquid lip formula. It's unlike anything I've ever tried. It does have a cooling feeling. It's really moussey. It's very comfortable for a liquid lip, but I'm not going to call it a favorite because I haven't reached for it. You guys know I'm a gloss girl overall. And if you are looking to try a liquid lip formula, I definitely recommend this. It's just so unique on flip as well. But this is not like my perfect nude shade, and I would love to see more shades there. I don't know if they will since they made that new formula, but it doesn't look like it's replacing this. So I don't know. So sorry I went quick at the end there, but those are my thoughts on all the products I featured in my yearly favorites 2 years ago. I would love to hear your thoughts on these products, and I would love to know what things you are currently loving. I'm behind as always, but my yearly favorites are coming and I'm very excited for it. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.